Hi there, I'm Matt from the Underground Cookery School. Today I'm just going to show you a really simple, easy recipe. Hello, I've got some red potatoes here and I'm going to show you how to cook them. In fact, the best way of cooking a red potato is to roast them. Now, I peeled and quartered them already, and the first task is just to put them in a pan, cover them with water, and make sure they're completely covered, and then stick them on a very high temperature on the hob. The question that people always ask me is why cold water, and there's no real reason other than in the time it takes for the cold water to come up to the boil is normally enough time for the potatoes to almost be done. You need to cook them for a bit longer. What I'm going to do is just drain the water out of them, put them back in the pan, and add a little bit of seasoning. So just some black pepper here. I'm not doing an enormous quantity, it's just a demonstration. A little bit of salt. The cooking time is essential because if the potatoes are cooked too much, when you shake them up just to rough the edges up, which is what's going to make them crispy, they're going to disintegrate or implode and turn into mashed potato. And if you haven't cooked them enough, then they won't get battered up, which is the whole point of what we're trying to do here anyway. So my theory with the cold water is bring it up to the boil, leave it for another couple of minutes, and then we'll see how cooked the potatoes are. I'm just giving those a little shake to begin with, and actually if you go in there, that's the perfect texture for roasting. Now before I roast them, I'm going to do one other thing. I've got some duck fat here, but you can use goose fat, and if you're vegetarian you can use vegetable fat. But I'm just going to pop this in the hob. Sorry, in the oven, not the hob. And let's pretend that the fat's been in there for about 10 minutes, but I've now got some very hot fat here. Now, the purest way of doing this is if you turn the hob, you can actually cook these on the hob. I'll cook that on the hob like that. So I'm going to actually just get my tongs. Ah, you see, I knew it would be the other drawer. We'll take that off now because you don't want the fat to ignite, but you definitely want the potatoes to start sizzling. So what we're doing is we're frying them before roasting them, and just covering them in that lovely unctuous duck fat. So I'm just going to carry on doing that. But as you can see, they're already developing a nice bit of colour. And now what I'm going to do is stick those in the oven. Right, well those potatoes have been in for about an hour now, so let's just get them out. Here we go. Cooking times vary, and one of the big variants is an oven. I mean, this is an industrial range which is fan assisted, so it's obviously going to take less cooking time than say a smaller domestic one at home. You've got a lovely golden colour on those, and that is how to cook, or how to roast if you like, red potatoes.